I just want to say, as we conclude here, that I've always found you to be an honest man, and I don't think you were part of any conspiracy to get the president, but I do believe that General Flynn went through hell, that a lot of things were withheld from the court that mattered. I think Carter Page was abused, and I can't believe the system did not pick it up, and the fact that it didn't is why we're here. Make sure it never happens again. But there's a statement out I want you to respond to, and we'll wrap up the hearing. This comes from Mr. McCabe. Mr. Rosenstein's claims to have been misled by me or anyone from the FBI regarding our concerns about President Trump and the Trump campaign's interactions with Russia are completely false. Mr. Rosenstein approved of and suggested ways to enhance our investigation of the president. Further, I personally briefed Mr. Rosenstein on Jim Comey's memos describing his interactions with the president mere days after Mr. Rosenstein wrote the memo firing Jim Comey. Mr. Rosenstein's testimony is completely at odds with the factual record. It looks to be yet another sad attempt by the president and his men to rewrite the history of their actions in 2017. They have found in Mr. Rosenstein, then and now, a willing accessory in that effort. Would you like to respond?
Yes, thank you, Senator. I think one thing you need to appreciate, Senator, is that I had a very strong team working with me at the Department of Justice. I had some of the finest lawyers that I've ever met working with me at the Department of Justice. It was a team. It included Trump appointees. It included career people. I'm sure there were Republicans and Democrats. And that's why I'm confident, Senator, in what I did, because I spoke with my team, not Mr. McCabe. I didn't rely on Mr. McCabe. I spoke with my team about the actions that I was taking to make sure that they were appropriate. I did not say that Mr. McCabe misled me. Those were not my words. I think he's responding to somebody's question. What I said was he did not reveal the Comey memos to me for a week. And that is true. And he revealed them to me only a couple of hours before they showed up in the New York Times. And he did not reveal to me that he was having internal deliberations with his team about whether to target very high-profile people for investigation. And his position is he didn't have to do that until after he had signed off on it. And that may be true under the rules as they were written at the time, but my view, Senator, was that's the kind of thing that I needed to know. And so I haven't accused him of making misstatements to me. I've simply said that he wasn't fully forthcoming, and I think that's accurate, and I'm confident, Senator, that the folks who worked with me will back me up on that. I don't wish Mr. McCabe any ill will. He's suing over his termination. The court will make an appropriate determination about that. But the bottom line is, Senator, for whatever reason, he did not feel comfortable disclosing that information to me for a week. And I think I should have known that earlier, and I think I had a right to know it, and I think I had a right to know the deliberations inside the FBI, because Mr. McCabe knew I had just come into this job. I hadn't been around for 9 months. I didn't know what they were investigating except for what he represented to me, and that was my only source of information. I didn't have the underlying evidence. I didn't talk to the witnesses. So
you were relying on what you were told by the McCabe team, basically, right?
I was relying upon the information that came up from the FBI, and I have not made any unfair allegations against Mr. McCabe, Senator.
Yeah.